Alrighty, we are here with Itsbeeve with Banjo-Kazooie 100%, no FFM. Just a reminder, we are raising money for To Right Love Honor Arms. They're a non-profit movement dedicated in presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. To Right Love Honor Arms exists to encourage, inform, inspire, and also invest directly into treatment and recovery of anyone who's struggling. So if you want to check them out, you can go to their website. It is twloha.com. If you want more information, you can put !charity in chat, and you'll see both their website and a link to donate in there. So, Beeve, you can take it over from here.
Hey everyone, I'm Beeve. Kind of like a variety speedrunner. One of the speed games I run is Banjo-Kazooie 100%, no FFM. There's another category that's just regular 100% with FFM, and I'll explain that later on. But I'm going to be doing some Banjo for you guys. I consider Banjo like a very comfy run to kind of watch. It's not a lot of speedrun tech. There's some speedrun tech, but we'll get into that later. But I think it's a really neat speed game because it's it's very comfy to watch. So I think we are gonna be ready to go in this. So if you notice here, right off the bat, there's actually one thing I can mention here. You can do file 2 or 3 when you start the game, and you need a game that has the cutscenes completed in them to scroll over. If you pick game 1, you will not be able to skip the cutscenes, which increases the timer, and we need to skip cutscenes because we're speedrunning. So right off the bat, we have to pick either 2 or 3. I always pick 3 because I could just go really fast over to the right. Some people pick 2, but it doesn't matter. As long as you pick 2 or 3, and then have game file 1 completed all the cutscenes, then you can run the game essentially. So that's just one thing to keep in mind when running the game. So I just think that's a little thing I gotta mention before I start the run. So we start now, and count us down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and we're off. I'm gonna be doing some solo commentating, by the way. I don't have any commentators with me, so it'll just be me alone. So no worries about that. All right, here we got Bottles. Bottles is kind of like the tutorial in this game. He kind of teaches you the basics in the game and whatnot, but luckily we're able to skip his dialogue and all the things that we need to do by just saying, no, we already know what to do. We're speedrunners here. So right off the bat, we're gonna go up here. Up here is when we get our first honeycomb piece. Since this is 100%, we gotta collect all the honeycomb pieces, which increases our health. So there, we just got one. So one thing to keep in mind, there's a lot of things to describe right off the gate. So I just did some movement here to kind of skip a little bit of movement that you don't have to do, but it's not too much. It's just a little of stuff you can do to increase the, or to make the game go faster essentially. But my main movement before I get Talon Trot, which we get at Spiral Mountain, or not Spiral Mountain, Mumbo's Mountain, is I'm gonna be doing a lot of sort of rolling and then jumping and then doing Kazooie Flutter. That's the fastest movement you have without Talon Trot. So, whoops, I did the movement wrong there. It's fine. So essentially, I'm going to be doing this movement, which is capping, I think, Banjo's speed at, I think 110. I could be wrong about that. It's something like that, because Banjo's normal movement is just at 100. But if you go into Talon Trot, I think it's 125. And then if you do jumping with Talon Trot, I think when Kazooie is sliding, it's 150. But I could be completely wrong about that. I just know the fastest form of movement is the Talon Trot while jumping up in the air. But we'll get into that later. So we just collected all the honeycomb pieces in Spiral Mountain. And then now we can make our way up to the top here. Skip a little bit of the movement there by just doing a little backflip there. There is a skip here you can do called Bottle Skip, but I'm not that good enough to do it. You have to do specific movement to skip that text box, but not a big deal. All right, now we enter Grunty's Lair, which is the biggest area of the whole game. It's basically the hub world. And before we move on to Mumbo's Mountain, we got to collect this Jiggy here. This Jiggy is one of... I forget how many there are in the game, to be honest. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there's 96 or something. I like forget, honestly. I just collect them and keep moving on. So, but you do need Jiggies to unlock levels. So here's the first instance of having a Jiggy here. Basically a puzzle piece that it's almost like Mario 64-esque, but you don't jump in the painting. You just complete the painting and then another area opens up. Sometimes they can be next to the level. Sometimes they can be on the opposite side of the Grunty layer. So luckily Mumbo's Mountain is just right here. So with that, I can mention why I'm doing something called Furnace Fun Move, or I'm sorry, No FFM. So basically, No FFM is a different category of this game for 100%, and for regular FFM, it stands for Furnace Fun Moves. And Furnace Fun Moves is basically you going to the end of the level and basically kind of, I think you have to game over, if I remember correctly, because I never ran FFM before, but I think you game over with all the moves you have intact that you learn from bottles here. The bottles teach you moves throughout the entire game and you don't have them. So here I just acquired Ground Pound. So that's one of the moves that you require from bottles, and he's gonna have a move for you every single time. So because you get all the moves by the end of the game, and then you game over in Furnace Fun Moves, if you restart a file name after doing that, you essentially have all your moves when the game starts, and all the routing changes and everything is completely different than how you normally do the game. So the community base was basically saying, like, do we have to make FFM like a new thing, or can we just make that the standard? So what they did is they just separated the categories. So there's a no FFM one, and then there's a normal FFM one. FFM seems to be like the more popular one, but I think no FFM is like the true 100%, because you literally just start from scratch instead of like completing the game and then restarting a file with all your moves intact. I think, no bias saying this, but no FFM is basically like the true 100% in my opinion. So as I was talking, we actually just got Talon Trot. Talon Trot's gonna be like our main movement in throughout this entire game, which is very nice. I think Talon Trot is like a really cool like thing to have, because you can like move, you can like jump specific heights, you can go and like climb specific surfaces, and it's fast as hell too. It's a really cool form of movement in my opinion. So here we just got the egg. The egg is, you can shoot it, and then you can, essentially what we call in the community, poop it out. You basically, it comes out of Kazooie's rear. We always say poop an egg whenever it goes to the rear, which is some movement that we do. So, I know it sounds silly, but this whole game is silly, man. Like, there's a lot of poop jokes. There's a lot of, like, dumb jokes. It's very cartoony, and that's why this game has its, like, charm, in my opinion. I think it's such a it's like children's game, but like you can still like laugh at the jokes. In my opinion, it's pretty silly. Oops. So here's I think his name's Congo. I forget his full name, but he you have to have him throw oranges on those tiles, and that causes the Jiggy to appear. Throughout the entire game, there's always a route for every single level, essentially. So this is always going to be the same set path no matter what. It never really changes unless you do like a backup or something. All right, so here I'm going to do something called termite skip. So this has it so you can skip being a termite, which is super nice. Oops. I might mess up a few times here. It's a little hard. This trick's pretty difficult. This is a like heavy reset thing for me. Ah, see, I went too high there, so yeah, give me a second. Gotta try and get this. Oops, well, that sometimes happens. Okay, there we go. So that's one. Oops. And now we gotta get the second one. The second one's a little harder, actually. Okay, nice. And the third one's usually the easiest one. It's not too bad. There we go. So there's a guy named Mumbo. He turns into like different like creatures and animals and stuff and objects sometimes, but we'll get into that. But he turns into a termite for this level. And I'm gonna take fall damage here, but that's okay. And this level, it's the termite. The termite has it so you can scale walls, but since we're speedrunning, we don't have to do that. We can just scale the walls normally with Talon Trot. And for Banjo, there's 2 different versions of this game actually on N64. There's the 1.0 version and the 1.1 version, I believe it is, which has a patch that gets rid of termite skip. So if you want to speedrun the game, you have to run on 1.0 or else you won't be able to do it, which is truly unfortunate. But luckily we're on 1.0 and we can do termite skip. It's good. That's not the end of termite skip. We are going to do another form of termite skip in the overworld, because there are jiggies in the overworld we have to collect at some point too. There, we gotta carefully not wake up Mumbo or else we activate like a little small cutscene. So, oops.
Well, we just got a donation here. $1 from Anti-Funny Number. That says, Undertale, last chance for Muffet Fight. So just so you guys know, if you are donating, we do still have some polls up. We did complete all of our bonus games, so that's not up, but you can still donate to a couple of incentives here. Muffet Fight is essentially really the last spot. Oh, no, that's not it. We've got Shovel Knight Gold Armor. But yes, Muffet Fight is one of the last targets that we have. And we're close to that. So make sure that you put that donation to good use today if you are donating. There are so many things you be doing at any given moment, choosing to spend your time right here with us on your weekend. We appreciate that. We are doing this for charity. All of your donations are going to Right Love on Our Arms. Right Love on Our Arms is a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They do such great work. All of that money is allocated across the country to different programs that help people that don't have the means to help themselves. So thank you so much. All of that money is going through the Tiltify platform, so we don't touch it. You know your money is going straight to the charity. Thank you guys for being here.
Very nice. Yeah, thank you for having me on this nice little charity. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for running.
Of course. So there's another, I had to turn you down a little bit, by the way. You were like really loud, so hopefully it sounds better now.
Sorry.
All right. So that was the other form of termite skip. You can do like specific movements, so you can just skip having to do the termite. Saves a bit of time there. I'd say a bit of time, probably a minute, maybe more. The route would be so different. We had to do termite there, but luckily we don't have to. All right. So one other thing I actually forgot to mention is that you actually can skip text by pressing L, R, and B, and that's how you skip text, which is kind of interesting in this game. So one really like unique thing about this game is that whenever there's a text box on the screen on N64 only, so N64 is it's a very old piece of technology from 1996, and this game came out in 1998, I believe. So I think it's it's funny to mention this, but like if there's text on screen in text boxes, the game actually lags, and that causes more time to be accumulated to your run. So you actually have to skip as much text as possible, as much convenience as possible too. Like here, Bottles is speaking, but I'm trying to do a trick here that does like a little dive to get that Jinjo. So there's like a lot of stuff I kind of have to do without skipping text, because I have to like move my hand over to hit L because I'm on N64 controller. And it's a bit annoying, so I kind of just let the text boxes run sometimes, but you do end up saving time if you're able to do that, and your fingers are all over the controller in that way. So, but you do want to skip as many text boxes as possible so you don't accumulate lag. Maybe you're wondering to yourself, hey, isn't there an Xbox 360 version you can run that doesn't lag? Because that's a way newer piece of technology, and yes, you can, and there's not a lot of lag on that version. But I'm going to have to break it to you. Unfortunately, you cannot skip text boxes on the Xbox 360 version. So the N64 version is actually faster because of that reason, because of the text box skips. Because certain things won't be able to happen unless you skip a text box or when the text box finishes. And then sometimes that takes a while for Xbox 360. So this is like a little thing that like I kind of thought of when I was first running the game. I was like, why don't we just run on Xbox 360? And someone told me like, oh, it's because of the text boxes. You can't skip them. So I thought that was kind of a funny thing to mention. So here we give Blubbers his gold, and then he gives us a Jiggy in return. There's always gonna be like small collectibles you have to grab throughout the level, and then a different character gives you the Jiggy in return. And that's one of them. Blubbers is one of them. There's a note here. It's kind of hard to grab. Hopefully I don't mess up. Okay, nice. That one's a little hard to grab. The flying mechanic is really like awkward in this game, in my opinion. Let's see if I can grab this. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's actually really hard to do, and I did it. So you can grab that Jiggy, and it cancels out the animation. Hang on a second. Just gotta concentrate for a minute. Oops, that's fine. Oh yeah, sometimes the camera does this. Hopefully it works out here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes it gets caught up there, but it's fine. So we make our way up here and grab these. So like I said earlier, this whole route you kind of have to memorize when running the game. The game's like, if you're gonna speedrun it, it can be like upwards of like 2.5 hours if you get like really good at it. But luckily, whoops. Luckily, I kind of know what I'm doing. So I fell by accident here. I got to grab those notes. We want to collect all the notes, obviously, because it's 100%. So. Okay, there we go. So now we make our way this way. I remember, I think it's like right here you have to fall. There we go. Okay. I want to grab this Jiggy. Whoops. Or not. All right, we'll grab that later. So we're going to grab that. There's a backup for that Jiggy you can grab, but I'll do it later. So now we're going to make our way this way. Let's see what else is there to talk about. You're going to hear a lot of Talontrod going, or Kazooie just going woohoo. This is kind of something you kind of tune out after playing this game for a bit. But that is like the fastest form of movement here. This game gets a little tricky sometimes with the movement, but like the camera can sometimes be a little wonky. Like here, for instance, is a little like wonky going up these stairs. Oops. And then sometimes you like miss notes here and there. I guess I could say that those tokens we have to grab. Those are important throughout the run. That's what makes it so you can transform from Mumbo. He needs like a specific amount of tokens so you can transform. Some notes here. So everything's kind of like streamlined in this game. It's pretty nice when you like have the route memorized and you can just kind of go, and that's when like the real kind of speedrunning happens, is when you can save time throughout different areas. Right, here we're gonna grab this last Jinjo. I forgot to mention the Jinjos. The Jinjos, if you collect 5, they drop a Jiggy. So here's the 5th one. There's the Jiggy. I'm gonna see if I can grab this Jiggy while in flight mode so the animation doesn't happen. Let's see if I can do it. Nice. Okay. CTC is actually going pretty well. Then we grab this Jiggy. Very nice. You always want to try and skip as many animations as possible. The Jiggy animations take a while for them to happen. But luckily, I was able to skip all those animations. It was really nice. When you're in the water, there's a shark there named Snacker, and he likes to chomp on your butt whenever you're in the water. But luckily, we didn't get eaten by Snacker there. All right, here, there's something you can do called Nipper Skip. It has it so you can skip this fight and enter the shell. But it's really hard, and if you mess it up, it's like an insta-kill, so I didn't want to risk it there. So here we enter the shell. There's 2 crabs in here that can sometimes like take you out really fast if you don't have a lot of health. But I have a lot of health here, so that's good. So sometimes they can just like, they can 1-2 you and you can like die there. The last thing we want to do when doing speedruns of this game is die, especially if you don't have all your notes. If you don't have all your notes and you die, then you have to recollect all the notes back in the level again, and it's kind of scary if you have like low health and you may die, because then you got to collect all the notes again, and it's such a hassle. It's like basically an automatic reset if you die like super early on or super later on. There is a level called what's it called? Rusty Bucket Bay, where the there's a scary level, or a scary part of that level, which is called Engine Room. A lot of beginners have a hard time with it. And it is scary, but it's early on in Engine Room, so if I do die in Engine Room, it won't be like the worst thing. Oops. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just hop down. We gotta fill the bucket with eggs. So that's the animation I was talking about earlier, when you poop out an egg. That's literally the phrase we call it in the community. He's pooping out eggs, because that's essentially what Kazooie does. All right, so there I just got the, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a super jump that you get on a pad. And then that makes you like jump really high to certain places. Let's see if I can get these notes here. These notes are a little hard to grab. Nah, I missed one. Yeah, that's like a very hard part of TTC, is to grab all these notes in sequential order like that. But get the back up, go around again. Let me grab this Jiggy. Very nice. So if we were to do this level with Furnace Fun Moons enabled, the entire route changes, because you can beak bust throughout this entire level and go super far and super fast. That's why people tend to like FFM, because you don't have to like wait around and wait for flight to happen. You can kind of just go and do it. But here, no FFM. We gotta do the slower version, unfortunately. But that's okay. Once you have all your moves, though, the routes kind of diverge and they kind of end up being the same. So, all right, let me grab that token. I always like to kill this guy just to get him out of the way. Then we get the chest. Oops. After we hit all the X's. I always like to shoot an egg at him, because sometimes he can be annoying to hit with the beak bust. The beak bust is the one of the moves you can do that I was doing earlier. But I found that shooting an egg is more helpful. All right. There's a death warp you can do here, but I'm going to take it a little safer, because if I mess up the death warp and I don't get the Jiggy, it's kind of a big time loss. So I tend to just do it kind of safer, but we will be doing the death warp here, because it will be faster to take all the damage. I have full health right now, but that's okay. Take it a little safe. Now here we have the spell Banjo-Kazooie. I know where all of them are, so there's gonna be a few spots in my run where I'm not gonna remember exactly where everything is, but I will do my best. All right. I forgot to grab these notes, actually. All right, there should be 100 right here. Very nice. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take some intentional damage here, just to get it out. I'm gonna grab the Jiggy, and then we're gonna do a quick death warp. You can grab the Jiggy and then take damage as soon as you're falling down, and that cancels out this entire animation, which saves time. But it's just scary, because if you mess up, then you have to like start from scratch, basically. Right, so here's the death warp. Basically die, which is something you don't want to do. But if you have everything, then we're good to go. We can just leave. And that's TTC. There we go. Treasure Trove Cove.
Do we have a moment for a donation?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so we have a donation here from, it looks like Ron Cena.
Ron Cena.
Ron Cena, $29.61, says charity is great and Eve is great. It looks like that went to Undertale, the Muffet fight.
Let's
And
go.
then it also went to the raffle. So thank you so much for that generous donation. $29.61 brings us to a grand total of $1,000 even. Thank you so much.
Let's go. $1,000 is no joke.
Oh, great stuff.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate that, dude. All right, so here we enter Clankers. I open the level. There's gonna be a lot of like grunty layer movement that you kind of have to do. It's kind of like its own movement, so it's gonna be a little different than what we normally see to enter the levels and stuff. It's not really much to talk about here. I guess here I can talk about this mechanic. So that's a warp that you can take. So you enter the cauldron, and there's a matching cauldron in the other level that you can take that takes you to the other cauldron that activates there, but it won't activate unless you walk near it. But we will use that cauldron later when we get to Click Clock Wood, because you gotta do a lot of backtracking for Click Clock Wood. Alright, Clankers is a bit, it's basically like one of the swimming levels in this game. It's not really that great to watch. It's kind of slow. There's a lot of swimming involved. Music's okay, but you know, that's basically all we have to go by. There is one move we have to get in here. It's invincibility, which makes it so Banjo's invincible. It's the golden feathers right here. I'm gonna pick one up here. So one of those, if you have the move, you can be invincible. And we're going to use that in a few parts of the run, because it actually is really important to have that. So, oops, that's fine. There's a quick dive you can do there by sliding off with Kazooie and then letting go of Z. You can like do a quick dive. I messed it up there. That's fine. All right. So there's Clanker. We got to lift him up. Free his mechanical self. Then we're gonna make our way down here. This is immediately the first thing we do in the level after we collect the notes in the beginning. So there's a lot of swimming here, and we do have an air meter, so we do have to be careful that we don't die and run out of air, but hopefully I won't die. Fingers crossed. It's not too scary, but it can be a bit scary if you run out of air. I'm gonna take it a little safe though. Like I usually get it 2 there, and then I grab this air bubble, but I'm gonna grab this air bubble, and grab this air bubble, and I'm gonna grab the 3rd air bubble just to be extra safe. Then we make our way back. We have to go through this thing 3 times. Oh, and grab this note here. Okay, cool. Now there's a little cutscene that plays, and Clanker gets lifted up. A little nice break here. Luckily, this game's not too hard in your hands. There's not like a lot of crazy inputs you got to do, but I know for some speed games, your hands have to move like a million miles an hour. But luckily for Banjo, it's kind of, you know, it's a little. I feel like you're like doing the game like super fast, casually with a few tricks here and there. That's why I like this game. It's not too trick heavy, but it is kind of cool to like go around and go through. If you really like this game as a kid, and you memorize like the route and stuff, I feel like the speedrun would come kind of easy to a lot of people. I'm doing a very like beginner route. I'm not doing a lot of fancy tricks. I think the craziest trick I do go for in this game is called Winter Clip, but we don't get that until like the very, very end. But it does save a lot of time when I do it. But we'll get there when we do get there. I'll talk about it when we get there. Okay. So you shoot the tooth here and grab the jiggy. And part of this level is also inside of Clanker as well. So gonna make our way around. Some of the imagery here is a little crazy sometimes. Like you got these like flagellas like flapping around, so you gotta avoid them. Oops. I think the music in this game is very, very good. It never goes like dry at all. I think every song is like a banger, essentially. It's not like some N64 games when you listen to like the same music over and over again. there's a lot of variety in the music in this game. Like the music can kind of change if you're in like a different environment. So like every time you go underwater, the music changes. Every time you go into like a specific part of the level, the music changes. I think it's really cool. Grant Kirkhope, who's the composer of this game, he does a very, very good job with the composition in this game. Okay, so I think we make our way up here. Yeah. Oops. Is it up here? No, this is wrong. We're supposed to go the other way. We're supposed to go down here. There we go. We go through there later on. We enter Clanker a second time. But here, we're supposed to go down here. Sometimes I get that mixed up. Okay. Let's see here. I think we're supposed to go on top of this thing here. Trying to remember the route. Yeah, I think this looks right. So this, grab this Jiggy over here. There's a lot of like stuff you gotta like remember in this game. And I feel like sometimes your memory can get a little fuzzy. Not sure if that was right, but we have to go up there anyway, so that's fine. Now we go this way. Oops. So it's not really much to talk about here. You kind of just have to like go through the level and just basically grab the notes and whatnot. We're using this pad here to go up here. There's a little trick you can do here. I'm probably not going to do it because I'm not really that great at it. But you can essentially like do a backflip while in midair with taking advantage of like the slippery slope. So that's like right here. You can do like a backflip while falling, which I failed to do. So that's fine. I was never successfully able to pull it off in a run. It's like very specific, but a lot of the top runners are able to do that. Okay. We do have to make our way up here and grab these notes here. This part's kind of cool. You kind of like weave in and out of these little crevices. It's like pretty satisfying looking. We grab all these notes here. And we make our way this way. Oh yeah, I think I was wrong. I think you were supposed to go up there like later, but it's fine. We had to go up there anyways, but we're gonna make our way inside Clankers here. Hit the switch. All right, here we're gonna get invincibility. Whoops. So once we like avoid these little guys here, grab this Jiggy here. Now we do some flying here. Now let's see if I can grab this Jiggy without landing. This would save a bit of time, so I don't have to go backtracking. It's a little tricky. The flying in this game is a little like... It's a little hard sometimes, but luckily we were able to do it there. It's very nice. Saves quite a bit of time. Here we learned invincibility. Luckily, we don't even have to use it here. We can kind of just weave in and out of these. It's gonna look kind of weird, but hopefully I don't die. I haven't done this in a while. You can kind of just weave in and out, but there, we kind of took some damage, but you're not supposed to. But on the way back, it's a lot easier. You can just kind of hug this little corner here, and then you just don't get hit at all. I don't know how it works, but you can just move through it like that. It's kind of funny the way it looks. Right. Now we make our way this way, which is, I mistakenly went this way earlier, but luckily we can just move on. I'm gonna grab a honeycomb here just for safety. Want to make sure we don't die. This is the last Jinjo. And while we're underwater, we also don't have an animation play, so that's why we grab that Jinjo last. And it just works in the route like super well. Okay. And now we make our way up the tail fin. Moment? Yeah, sure.
All right, looks like we just got a new donation from 1K Woo. Yeah, thank you so much for that donation. $1 donation comes in and says, "Ooh, we raised $1,000. Woo woo, we the best. We raise money." Looks like that went to Shovel Knight Gold Armor and Hug the Goat for the Undertale run, which is coming up next. So thank you so much.
Undertale speedrun. I never thought that game would ever be speedrun, but it sounds interesting.
It's a good one. And it's a race. So the next run, it's a race between Dragonheart and I4 Matthews. So separate. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
That's awesome. I actually thought there were 2 crabs in here, not 3. Or there are 4. There are 4 crabs in. Oh, there are. The hell? I guess my memory served me wrong there. I thought there were 2 crabs in there, not 4. But we gotta kill them, and they drop a Jiggy. Oops. Let's do a backflip up here. All right. Nice. All right, there's Jiggy number 9. Now here we should be able to have 93 notes here. There's some like areas that you need to remember how many notes you have, because sometimes you do miss notes and you have to backtrack and you're like, oh my god, which note did I miss? But luckily you're able to like remember how many notes there are in specific spots, so that way you're like, okay, 47 here, 49 here, I should have like 56 here, whatever, etc. So right here, this should give me 100. Very, very nice. Okay, now we gotta grab this honeycomb up here. And that should give us a full honeycomb thing there. Full health. Very nice. So it may look like I run out of air here. It's gonna look scary, but I assure you I will make it. Don't worry. It does look scary, but we're gonna do another death warp here after we grab this last Jinjo. Or not the last Jinjo, this last Jiggy. There it is. And then Banjo drowns, and then we do a death warp. Just like that. A little scary, but I had plenty of time. And that is Clankers right there. Bada bing, bada boom. And now we move on to our next area, which is going to be Bubble Gloop Swamp. Whoops. Forgot to hit the switch. That would help. Okay, make our way up here. There's not really much to talk about. We're just making our way through grunties. This is so we open, I think we open Bubble Gloop from here, so that's why we're doing this. So there's going to be some parts in the level where we enter the level and then we leave it. I think most of that derives from Freezeezy Peak when we get there. We have to enter Freezeezy Peak to learn a move, and then we peace out, and then we enter Freezeezy Peak later because we need that move for Gobi's Valley. But there are some routes you can that's where like kind of the route diverges with no FFM, because you could do Gobi's first and then go back to Gobi's when you learn the move for that level, and vice versa. So it can change sometimes, but the route I learned, you do Freezeezy Peak early, and then you do Gobi's in its entirety. So the route can change sometimes, but with regular FFM, you just do the level because you already know the moves. So. All right. So Bubble Gloop has like a lot of like interesting parts of that level. There's gonna be an area where the game expects you to have the speed shoes. Like you're supposed to come back to Bubble Gloop and then get the speed shoes, but because we're speedrunners, we want to try and like cancel out as much time as possible when doing that. So we ended up doing the Mr. Vile minigame without the speed shoes in no FFM, and it's very, very hard. That's like one of the hardest parts in the run by far. But that's like right at the very end. Luckily, hopefully I don't like mess up Mr. Vile too much, but he can be pretty nasty sometimes. Okay, there we learn our move there, which gives us the, I don't even know what they're called. They're like a bunch of shoes that lift Kazooie's legs up, and then you can avoid getting hurt in this like piranha like infested water. So we use it a few times in the run, but we don't use it a lot. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. We're not supposed to hit this yet. That's fine, I hope. We're supposed to go over here first. Grab this token up here. Break this egg open. Okay. All right, here we just kind of just grab the notes in the water. These notes are like kind of out of the way, so you kind of just take the damage and then you just go. Nothing too crazy about it. I'm gonna take the leaf for safety. Slower, but save some health. All right, there we messed that up. That's fine. So, whoops. Oh my god. I didn't realize Banjo was like still on the leaf and it still went while that cutscene played. That's kind of funny. I've never done that before. That was a total accident, but this is kind of a funny thing. I never realized. All right, so now we do this little mini game. Not even mini game, just like a puzzle go fast movement, I guess. I don't know. Now we make our way over here. We have to hit those crocodiles with the egg. So throughout the entire level, I'm gonna shoot some eggs into those crocodiles, and the last one gives you a Jiggy. So throughout the entire level, I'm gonna be doing that. But luckily, when I do the route, you kind of just end up doing that along the way. It's pretty nice. All right, it's that Jiggy. Very nice. Now we make our way down here. Now here, we actually use our invincibility to take these frogs out. Game lags a bit here, but there's really nothing you can do here to get rid of the lag. Okay. We're gonna be grabbing this Jiggy later. We're gonna do that when we have our little power up, or our little transformation when we turn into the crocodile. I guess I didn't have to break that. I'll just break them for safety. You can do like a skip here, so you don't have to like ground pound these, but I'm just taking a little safer. Okay. Because like I said earlier, the route is very beginner friendly, the one I'm doing. I'm not doing a lot of crazy tricks. I'm not doing a lot of crazy movement. I'm doing like a very like beginner kind of movement. So, but then the game ends up being kind of not easy to run, but just beginner friendly. So, like I said earlier, if you really had an attachment to this game and you really want to like pick up speedrunning and whatnot, the Banjo community is very, very nice. Very, very helpful. I had a lot of questions when I first started this game. So when they were answering my questions, they were super nice about it, and I really enjoyed it. So if you have any questions about Banjo and whatnot, feel free to let us know. I know when people first picked up when they first played the game, it's such a good game. It's very like iconic. It's still like one of my favorite games. I guess I could talk about like my history of this game since there's really nothing else to talk about. When I was a young lad, I think I was like 8 or something. Back when Blockbuster was a thing, I actually rented this game when I was younger, and that was my intro to Banjo. And I love the game ever since. Might be dating myself when I say that, but that was like my history with this game, and I loved it ever since. Okay, I'm gonna kill this dragonfly just so get him out of the way. Sometimes he could be a nuisance. Okay. Now we're gonna come back to this area later. I just did that so we can get that crocodile out of the way, the golden one. But we will be entering that level as the crocodile later when we transform. That won't be for a bit. Here's Tip Top, or not Tip Top, the one of the turtles. Tip Top's inside the turtle. I know, really weird, but he is. But we have to pound his feet in order to get inside. Take him out. Oh my god. Dude. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna time this. There we go. So that timing could be awkward sometimes. The crocodile like opens his mouth so fast. Very nice. I'm gonna grab this for safety. I'm gonna grab this Jinjo here. So we gotta pound his feet here. We got one more. Oops. So we will get that Jiggy later. When we come out of his mouth. All right. So I'm going to have a lot of I'm gonna have like a lot of silence here because I have to like memorize these. It's always different every single time. So I think it was blue, yellow, red. I wasn't even paying attention. No, it wasn't. Hang on, I'm gonna do it again because I forget. Usually I write this down, so give me a moment. Oh, it's blue, red, yellow. Okay. So there's gonna be kind of silence here. So if you have any donations, feel free. Whoops, I almost did the same thing again. Yeah, not much to talk about here. Red, yellow, pink, yellow, pink. I usually write it in chat, so, and then I delete it afterwards. That's kind of how I do this puzzle. And I think that's how like all the other runners do the puzzle. You kind of just write it out. That was a bad pattern, actually. I have to go like across like the friggin' thing to do that. Sometimes you can get ones next to each other. It's like not too bad. All right, we got red, we got light blue, we got blue, light blue, purple, pink, purple. That's not too bad. I think it could be a little bit better. It's all RNG though. It's always gonna be different every single time you play this. There's no like pattern to memorize. You kind of just have to like write it down to remember. Okay, pink, and then purple, and then we're done. I think this is one of the I'm trying to remember, but like there's like a Jiggy you don't have to get in a certain category, and this is one of them. I think it's any percent, but I'm not too sure, to be honest, because I'm not too familiar with any percent. I know it's a lot faster than 100%. Okay. There we go. Now we're gonna grab this Jiggy. Now we make our way back to the crocodile area to turn to a crocodile. We'll grab that Jiggy later on. I'm gonna grab these because we do have to make sure we have enough health for the Mr. Vile minigame. I want to make sure we have full health for that, just in case. I don't want to like mess it up too much, but you never know. Okay, here, there's a way to like skip this without taking the shoes, and it saves a bit of time, but just for safety, and because I'm like not a top runner in this game, I kind of just take the shoes for safety. There is a way to do this without the shoes, or the boots rather. I always call them the shoes, but I guess they are boots if you think about it. Okay, so there's one Jiggy here we have to grab. This one's a little scary. This one gave a lot of beginners a lot of trouble because of like the camera. The camera's kind of annoying. Okay. Not bad. Now we gotta make our way back. Then we'll fall off again. The camera can sometimes be a little bit annoying in this game, especially if you like are not used to like having a camera with buttons in a game, the N64, and how primitive it is. That's okay. All right. We got this token in the back here, and this should be, I think, 15. Oh, it's 10. Okay. I'm gonna double check. I'm not sure if there's stuff up here that I need. Is the token up here? Oh no, the honeycomb's up here. Okay, good thing I checked. Like all like the Mumbo huts literally look exactly the same, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes like which hut is which. There we go. Okay. Now we get the transformation here. Let's see what we turn into. All right, we have the crocodile. There's like a rare chance that sometimes Mumbo turns into like a dishwasher or a dinosaur, and you actually lose time over it, which is kind of annoying, but luckily we are good and we got the crocodile first try. There is a rare chance that you do get the washer machine and it's like a troll. I think it's like a 5% chance of it happening. I could be wrong about that. I just know it's super low. All right, here's the Vile minigame. We're gonna do this without the running shoes, which makes this like very hard. Okay, so here we gotta eat the Yumblies. The red ones are the Yumblies, and the yellow ones are called the Grumblies. But we basically just have to take more Grumblies than Mr. Vile. There's a way to like rubber band him, and so he like slows down, and then once you eat like a lot, he kind of starts speeding up really fast. The first one's not too bad though. I kind of don't manipulate him that way. You kind of just got to make sure you are ahead of him at all times. The crocodile could be a little annoying to control sometimes. All right, go this direction here. Okay, this is looking good. I have a lot here. I have 26 over 20, so it should be good. Sometimes you get a 1-up if you get, I think, 30 or 35. Oh, it's 35. Yeah, I got 32, so that's really good. So there's 3 parts to this. That's the easy one. This is the intermediate one. So you have to collect the Yumblies over the Grumblies. So if you eat a Grumbly, you actually like freeze in place, so you don't want to eat those. But the next mini game, we're actually gonna have to eat either Grumblies or Yumblies, depending on what's on the screen. But you'll see that in a sec. I think that one's gonna go down, so I'm gonna go this way. Okay, good. I stole that from him. Ooh, that was a nice freebie there. That was nice. Okay, I'm gonna let him have that one. You kind of have to like think on the fly for these. Like this, I just kind of changed up there. Okay, he went that way. That's really good. I think this is an automatic win for me. Yeah, but like I said, it's literally all RNG, and it's very it's very dependent on which one you grab versus the other ones. All right, so this is like the pretty hard one. If I do lose, it's not the end of the world, but it will be kind of a big time loss. It'll be like a minute lost. But it's not the worst thing. Gotta sneak in a Yumbly there. So now we gotta eat the Grumblies. Kind of have to think on the fly here. Oh, nice. I took that one from him. I took all 3 of those from him. That's actually really good. It's very fast. We're in like kind of good shape here. You can have that one. Oh, he did take that one from me. I'm gonna wait here and wait for the Grumblies here. Yep. Oops. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here. I'm actually doing pretty well. gonna wait for this. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely winning this one. Nice. Okay, that worked out super well. Nice. All right, there we go. That's the Mr. Vile minigame. I was kind of like a little scared of this one because it is RNG, and if you mess up, then you kind of lose a lot of time. So luckily we're good. A-okay. I was a little bit worried of it, but like I said, no big deal. All right, we're gonna grab this Jiggy. No animation play, so that's why we wait until we grab that one. So we have to come through this area anyways. So here, we're gonna grab these notes here. Grab these tokens. Okay. I'm gonna grab this Jinjo Jiggy. All right, awesome. So I'm gonna take another Death Warp here, but I have a lot of health. I did it for safety for the Vile minigame, so you're gonna Death Warp from this. You're gonna take a Death Warp from this Dragonfly guy. I forget the actual name for them, but I always call them Dragonflies because that's what they look like. So we're gonna wait for this guy to hit me a few more times. All right, one more, and then we get the Death Warp. Oops. There we go. Perfect. 100 notes, 10 Jiggies. We are good to go. And there we go. So there is a different route you can take for this. You can go through here as Banjo and Kazooie instead of being transformed, but just for safety, I kind of just take the crocodile here. It is a little bit slower, but the movement to get through here without taking damage is like really hard in my opinion. So I kind of just take it safe and kind of use the crocodile to go through there, which is kind of the intended way of doing it. So no big deal. So here we open up Freezy Peak. I think it has like some of the best music in the game. I think a lot of people agree with me on that. All right, so this will be the last time we see the crocodile power up or transformation. I do think the transformations are kind of cute. The little crocodile with the backpack. Like I said, the game's like pretty wacky, so you always end up one time being a crocodile. Next up, you're like a pumpkin, and then next you're like a walrus. Like it always changes. So if you leave the level like far enough, you end up being transformed back into Banjo. So that's why I went through there as the crocodile. That's the intended way to do it anyways, but that's how you transform back. Instead of going back to Mumbo and being like, transform me back, because you can do that. You kind of just leave the level, and then he transforms you because he's like, oh, my power's too weak. I can't do it from this far. All right, here I'm going to do a bit of a skip here. This skip's kind of hard to do. Let's see if I can get it here. Yeah, it wasn't far enough. You're supposed to like hop on the hand, and then you can hop up there and skip having to go through like a trapdoor above. Yeah. This might take a few tries. It's a little hard, so... Oh man, hang on a second. I think I'm not going like far enough here. There we go. Okay. Whoops. You want to go backflip here. Go up there, and then you make your way down here. There you go. There's supposed to be a trap door above that you're supposed to go through, and then that brings you to here. I think you're supposed to go through the cauldron near Gobies. I think that's how you actually do it, but that's like the speedrun way of getting that Jiggy. All right. Quick check there. We got 400 notes, so we're good. Sometimes you can have 399 and be like, oh my God, where's that note? Worst case scenario, if we do end up missing a note, I'm not going to go back and grab it. I will probably just continue the run as if we did collect 100. You could call me a fraud and a phony, but that's just how I'm going to do it. If it ends up happening that way, won't be the end of the world. This is a showcase after all, so. Okay. Now we're gonna make our way to Freezy Peak. This will be the first time we enter Freezy Peak. We gotta enter it a second time once we learn the Beak Bomb. So here I'm gonna intentionally skip some notes. I'm gonna try and skip some parts of this. Whoops. Trying to avoid talking to Boggy, but that's okay. Okay. Here's a little thing you can do here. You can literally just kill that first crocodile, and if you're off screen, you don't have to kill the other crocodiles that eat the I think they're called Twinklies. I forget what they're called, but you can kind of just wait here and then let the game do its thing. Anyone can do this trick. It's pretty easy. Saves a bit of time too because of the lag, but it's a good break from your hands to just chill and do whatever. So we have any incentives, or not incentives, if we have any donations, it'd be a good time. All right, so we go up the tree here, and we grab this present for Boggy's kids. We have to grab 3. We do this in the first part of Freezy Peak, just because of how the route works. It's the best way to do it. All right, so here we learn the Beak Bust. Very nice move to have. It's very fast. Because you go like super fast. And there's a demonstration. We're gonna grab this present here. Hopefully I don't mess it up. There we go. We're making our way all the way up here. Oh, I got sniped by that snowman. That was crazy. Sometimes those snowmen have like freaking crazy aim. All right, we're gonna grab this present up here. If I can grab it. That's fine. We'll land. You're not supposed to land, but I'm gonna land just to get it out of the way. There's a way to like grab that present and then grab this Jiggy without having that animation play, but I'm just gonna do it this way. All right, here we ride the sled. Boggy gives us a Jiggy here. All right, and now that we have the 3 presents, we can give the 3 presents to Boggy's kids because Boggy is a bad parent and doesn't care about his children. There we go. So that's what you have to do for the first part of Freezy Peak, and then the second part, we finish the rest of it. That's why I don't grab any notes or anything. I just grab the Jiggies just because of the convenience of the route. All right. And Freezy Peak 1, like what we call it, is done. Now we make our way to Gobies. Gobies is a very scary part of the run, in my opinion. A lot can go wrong very quick. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to do Gobi Clip. I think that trick is very hard. That trick is like very, very hard. But I'm going to be doing like other movement in it. It's kind of cool looking. So we'll see what happens. So we make our way this way to activate the Gobi area. So here. This is why I always forget how many Jiggies are in the game, because they take away the Jiggies from you when you put them in the puzzle, or put them in the the painting, essentially. Like I probably ran this game like 100 times, and like I always forget how many Jiggies there are. All right, so now we make our way back to Gobies. Okay. So you're supposed to use the boots to get across here, but you can just take a Just do a damage boost and get through. Pretty easy. Okay. Whoa. Oh my god, I thought I missed him a third time. Okay. Alright, Gobi's Valley. Some funky music plays. You gotta collect these notes. You gotta enter sphinxes. You gotta enter like a water area. There's a lot of stuff in this level that's very, very scary. Oh, I'm supposed to jump down here. That's right. Grab these notes. A lot of lag in this level too because of the sand. A lot of areas that create lag. So we do learn the running shoes in this level. We need the running shoes to go against Boggy for the second race. You're supposed to race him twice. You're supposed to race him as a walrus, and then you race him with the running shoes. So that's why we end up getting the running shoes later on in the run. All right. We go through that ring. I'm gonna enter this guy, or I'm gonna enter this guy, but in order to do that, you gotta shoot his nose. Hit like the center. Okay, now we gotta enter the other part, or we gotta do the other part of his nose. The hitbox on that is kind of forgiving, so you can kind of do it on both sides, which is nice. Okay. Oops. Hopefully I have enough eggs here. I can't get more.
We're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll be back in a moment.
I usually just kill this guy. He like dies with an invincibility feather. Alright, let's see if my memory serves me correct.
Beef.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you dropping frames by chance?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay.
No, I'm dropping a lot of frames. I don't know why that's happening.
Yeah, do you want to pause the timer?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm losing so many. Do you want me to go live again and restart it, or?
Yeah, restart OBS.
Okay.
See if that.
I'm gonna stop going live then.
Yeah, it was fine for the entirety of this until like the last like 3 minutes. I don't know what happened.
Okay. You're live again?
Yeah, I restarted. I'm still dropping like heavy frames.
You don't mind me asking, where are you situated?
Where?
Yeah, like what state, province?
I'm in Massachusetts. This like never happens. I never lose frames.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's my end. Okay.
Really?
I'm still dropping frames.
It says I'm dropping frames on my OBS though. Doesn't matter though.
No, I know. It just might be your connection to me. You're not the first one that experienced this issue.
Oh, okay. It looks like I'm. Oh, actually, never mind. It looked like that was good, but now I'm not again. Oh, it's back. I'm gonna reset.
It doesn't look like to be lagging right now.
Yeah, looks like I'm good now.
Okay, well, we'll continue from there. Just PGA. Keep an eye on it. Message me if it happens again. I'm setting up for my run, so not entirely paying attention.
Just let me know when we're back.
Yeah, I'm just making sure PGA heard me.
Okay. Do I look fine on my end, or do I look different?
You look fine.
I look fine. Hang on. Oh, why is that?
Are you dropping frames again?
No, I'm not dropping frames. It's just the way my camera looks. Just looks a little different. The gameplay looks fine. It's just my camera looks bad, but I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Transition us over back in 3, 2, 1. Transitioning. Okay, you're good.
Okay. All right. Lost some frames. Sorry about that. Dropped connection randomly. So hopefully everything will be fine. I'm gonna start us back here. I stopped the timer, so I'm gonna go back here and start us off. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we're back. So I literally was in the middle of this puzzle here. So I was saying like you have to like memorize this puzzle, and I'm having a hard time like remembering where everything is here. I keep forgetting that's not the egg. I'm having like, oh my god, I totally forget this puzzle to be honest. I should have double checked. I think this one's this one. Nope. Hang on a second. This one's this one. I know this one for a fact. It gives you plenty of time for this puzzle, so... Okay, there's the egg. That's this one. Yeah. And this one is Kazooie. That's... Oh, God. This one. Yeah. Banjo is this one. Jinjo... Oh, that's the one next to it. Okay. This one's down here. Okay. I literally just had, like, the biggest brain fart on this puzzle. So, my fault. Alright, grab that token, grab the Jiggy. Literally every time I run this game, though, I always forget, like, the pattern for them. Literally every time. I have such a hard time memorizing that for some reason. Alright. Oops. Okay, so... Make our way around here. Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay, so we gotta do this. We gotta hit this guy right here. Bam. Then we're make our way down here. I don't know why I couldn't, like, try to remember that, but it's fine. So this is where, I think this is with the snake in the hut, I believe. Yeah, this is the snake guy. Alright, cool. So now we gotta poop in this basket here. We set up here, we should. Okay. I was gonna say, we travel up with the snake's head too, but that didn't happen there. It's fine. The geometry on that can be a little bit weird sometimes. Okay.
Beeve, apparently your microphone's a little bit staticky.
Oh, okay.
Gameplay is fine. Oh, actually, it sounds like your gameplay too.
Oh, really? Alright, hang on. You want me to restart again?
Huge delay in mic and gameplay, apparently, says Ron.
Really? Okay, hang on a second. You want to go back to the transition screen again?
Yeah.
Sorry
I
about
can
this.
do that. It's all good.
So this should be fine now. I noticed like my camera was looking weird, and then I noticed that the game kind of looked weird. But if you said it was good, and I was like, okay. So,
It looked fine to me. So.
yeah, I think this should be better now. It looks better, and it should sound better too.
I'll transition us back then in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're good.
Okay, everything should be good now, I think. I think my audio should be fine. Should be all set, ready to go. I pause the timer again. So here I learned a trick for bottles. Gives you the running shoes here, so I'm gonna come back to us, turn the timer here. Okay, now we're good to go. So now we got the running shoes. We can go super fast. Trying to remember exactly where to go here. I think I get disoriented whenever I like stop playing and then back. So can we go this way? Yeah, we go this way.
So I just want to see if there's a delay in this scene as well. Yeah, okay, let's try this again. We are back again. Hopefully there's not a huge ass delay.
No delay? No delay? Is there any delays? Because I won't start until the delay is solved. No.
Sounds way better. Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
No worries. I'm glad we fixed it. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Best
Check
of luck.
confirmed.
Alrighty. Back to Banjo. Hopefully everything will work out. I'm going to unpause the timer. I'm going to start right back up. I just got this honeycomb piece in this cactus. So hopefully we can just move on. All right. Let's go. Oh, I landed. That's weird. Normally when you land, you have to get back to the flight pad and grab it again, but it's weird that I landed there. That's rare. All right, I did grab the honeycomb, I think. I did, okay. Oh yeah, and then you're supposed to do this. Okay, it's coming back to me a little bit. And then you do the running shoes. Okay, that's why I was having like difficulty remembering how to go through this, but I'm gonna grab all these feathers for safety. I'm kind of low on feathers now since I had to like use the flight pad like twice there. So do this for safety. All right, we're gonna make our way this way, and now we're going towards the running shoes. We got the running shoes earlier from bottles. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna grab these honeycombs for safety. I'm low on health, so I'm just gonna grab those for safety. All right, here are the running shoes. They make you go really, really fast. For a moment, I thought you had to ground pound that switch, but I forgot you could just like step on it because you need the shoes for this part. So. Oops, almost fell there. That's fine. We're good. All right, dope. I'm gonna grab this token for safety. I think normally you don't grab it, but I'm just grabbing it just for safety. Because if you run out of tokens, it kind of becomes a scramble to find as many as you can in that level. It usually only happens when you're in Click Clock Wood, but there's a lot of tokens in Click Clock Wood, so I know a few backups, but I'm just going to grab extra tokens just to be safe. So we are in a marathon after all. All right. So here I'm going to grab all these collectibles just to have extra ammunition. Just never know if you run out or not. All right, we're doing good in the feather department. We have 17. Your cap is 50, so should be okay, hopefully. Okay, we did all this. We did that. So I'm just going to pretend that we did this because we're not supposed to go in the water yet. We're supposed to go in the water at the end. So you're supposed to grab those notes on the way back, but I already grabbed them, so it's fine. So now we make our way this way. I grab that. All right. Here's a puzzle you have to do. But since we're speedrunning, you can actually skip this whole thing, which is nice. So you can jump on here. Oops. If I can do it. There we go. So you can jump on here. And then you can just jump over everything. And bam, done. Luckily, we don't have to hit that witch switch. I'm going to extend Banjo's hitbox later. That makes it so you can grab a Jiggy while it's in like another area. There's a few instances of where that happens, but one of them is coming up. It's kind of cool looking. All right. Jinjo. Very dope. Oh, I was supposed to grab this after, and then you fall down here, so my bad. All right, so now I'm gonna grab these notes down here. And then we grab the last Jinjo down here, and while the Jiggy is spawning, I grab the last note around the corner. Just like that. It's very, I think that movement looks super basic, but I think it's really cool. I love like how optimized that kind of movement is. It's pretty neat. All right, now we make our way back to the beginning since we have the running shoes now. Or not the running shoes. For some reason, Gobi's here. I think it's because when the water activates, he ends up being here. And then he fills the tree up. And the tree goes up, and then you just do a Jiggy. That's not going to be the last time we see Gobi. Gobi's going to be in Click Clock Wood as well. All right, so now we're going to grab this Jiggy with the running shoes, so that way we can skip the animation. Plus, they're fast, too. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through the rest of these rings. These rings pop up with RNG, so they're always in like random locations. It can be annoying sometimes. Like this one, I got kind of bad RNG. It's kind of far away. I'm not going to beak bust towards it, because if you beak bust through this, for some reason, the ring doesn't like activate. So kind of just took it slow there. All right, this other one I think is back here. Oh, back there. Okay, it's fine. I kind of just do this towards the end just because of the RNG factor. So I think that should be the last one. Yep. Okay. Here we go. I was gonna grab it without the animation, but I'm just gonna play the animation. Okay, so there's one more thing we gotta do before we leave Gobi's, and we are gonna do a death warp. So we have to grab this Jiggy and grab his hand, but we could do it without the speed shoes. The game's supposed to think that you want to have the speed shoes to grab this, but luckily we can do it without it if I can line it up. Ooh, very nice. It's actually kind of hard to line up. Lining up that beak bus is a little annoying sometimes, but we are good. I'm gonna check my health real quick. All right, I am good on health. So good here. Grab these notes. I think I am missing one note. I am missing one note, I believe, because I don't think there's 5 here. I think there's 4. So in this case, I am not going to go back and get all like the last note because I have no idea where it is. I honestly just do not. So I don't think there's 5 here. I could be wrong. All right. So normally you're supposed to like in the speed run, you're supposed to like travel that wall and do like some slope manipulation, but I'm not that good at it. Oh, there is 5 here. Oh, we're good. Okay, never mind. Look at that. See, I do speed run the game. I do remember where everything is. All right, that's the last note, and here's the death warp. We do a quick, little quick death here, and then we're good. Very nice. All right, and here's the thing I was talking about earlier: is you can go up this thing. No, I wasn't fast enough. So the jiggy for the witch switch is inside that coffin, but if you do an egg shoot into his cheek, it gives you the jiggy. Very convenient that happens. So it extends like Banjo's hitbox, and then you're able to like grab stuff that's like through walls and stuff. That's a very easy trick to do. It's not that hard at all. Okay, so now we have to, I'm trying to remember what exactly we do here. I think we gotta, because usually I have my splits open. I don't think we do Freeze's Peak next. I think we do Mad Monster Mansion. I could be wrong about that, but I'm not 100% sure. No, we don't. We do Mad Monster Mansion, and then we do Freeze's Peak. That's right. I vaguely remember. Did I? Oh, wait, I didn't open Mad Monster Mansion. That's right. That's why I was getting confused. Okay, so we got to go back. Sometimes you can get a little, like, fuzzy memory there. So we have to go up here to activate Mad Monster Mansion, and then we make our way back to through that area to go to Mad Monster Mansion. It's a big backtrack. There is a trick you can do that skips this backtracking. It's incredibly hard though, and it's pixel perfect. You can actually ground pound through like some solid ground, and then you're able to like clip through the ground, and then you're able to bypass the door that blocks off Mad Monster Mansion. But it's a very, very, very precise trick. It's a crazy setup, honestly, but it does save a lot of time because of this backtracking. Just make our way through here. We're gonna do insert some more jiggies into a puzzle. Or a painting, rather. Cool. Make our way through here. Okay. There we go, Mad Monster Mansion. This is like one of my favorite areas in the whole game. Just because of like, it's kind of like a spooky aesthetic, which I kind of like. And then it also has a lot of like cool movement in it as well. A lot of like very specifically cool movement in this level. A lot of people don't like, well, I'm not sure. I feel like everyone always has like a different favorite level in Banjo. Some people like TTC, some people like Click Clock Wood, some people like Freeze's Peak. There's a lot of opinions, but all the levels are cool. Some people like Rusty Bucket Bay. I don't like Rusty Bucket Bay, but a lot of people do. Some people do. All right, now we make our way down here. Here we go. So like I said, there is a way to bypass this backtracking, but you'd have to do that specific clip that I was mentioning earlier. All right, now we make our way to Mad Monster Mansion. So it is important that we go over here before we enter Mad Monster Mansion and hit this gate. This gate prevents us from continuing on after Freezeezy Peak. So we gotta hit that. Here we go. Mad Monster Mansion. This level's really cool. Like I said earlier, it's my favorite. It has a lot of cool movement. Music's really cool too. It's gonna be a lot of parts that have a lot of talent trot to it. Okay, we're gonna make our way down here. Then we enter the cellar. Okay. Jiggy in here. There's a weird like thing in this game. I can mention it now, but I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but there was supposed to be a part of this game with Banjo-Kazooie where you were supposed to take all of like, you were supposed to grab like all like the, I think you're supposed to 100% the game first of all, and then you're supposed to grab all the secrets as well, which I forget like how many secrets there are, but there's like a secret key you're supposed to get in Freezeezy Peak, and then there's supposed to be like something to do with those cauldrons too, but I totally like forget exactly how it's supposed to like work. Oh, we're not supposed to go that way. But it has it so you're supposed to do something called stop and swap, which you're supposed to like swap out the cartridge while the N64 is running, and then swap in Banjo-Tooie, which is the sequel to this game. And I don't think it was able to be done because of like the mechanics of how the N64 works, but it's kind of cool that Rare kind of thought of that idea as like a thing that could happen. I don't know like the specifics about it. I think there's like a whole like wiki article about it that I'm sure you can read about, but I'm not like too 100% about it. Okay. Alright, grab that last one there. Grab that Jinjo. Work way up here. Alright, this guy's here is called Napper. He wants to nap. We don't want to wake him up. So we gotta do our best not to wake up Napper. And to do that, we gotta jump on these chairs to make sure we don't land on the ground. Okay. All right, now we go through this like maze area right here. So maze is a little intimidating, but like once you know the route, it's not too bad. And I just have to go up there, go around here, grab these notes. That guy can be in the way sometimes. I am a little low in health, so I gotta be careful here. I'm gonna do something called Hive Jump. See if I can get it first try. Hive Jump's kind of specific, but it has you skip a lot of backtracking. Ooh, almost got it first try. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Not bad. So that has it so you can skip like part of the maze and kind of save some backtracking for yourself. All right, so we're gonna poop in these pots. If you poop in all 4 pots, the last one gives you a Jiggy. But we're not gonna poop in all the pots yet. Is there 4 or is there 5? I think there's 5, I don't know. I keep forgetting because this whole game is just so streamlined that you just kind of don't remember counting things. You kind of just do them. All right. That pot, so there are 5 pots, okay. So the other pot is like near the entrance over there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. All right, make our way this way. Jump over here. Okay. Totem. I'm gonna avoid that guy just because I'm low on health. Grab these notes. Open the gate. Try to open the gate at least. Go. All right. Now we make our way through here. There's another little puzzle thing you gotta do. I'm gonna wait for this guy to go around. I just don't trust myself to like make these cycles because of like my low health. I'm gonna grab this note though. I'm gonna grab the other note over here. Gonna wait for that guy. Right. Hey, we gotta just spell Banjo-Kazooie again. Very simple. Oh. Oh. For this guy again. IE. We're done. I didn't mean to enter Talon Trot there. You're supposed to just be normal Banjo. Okay, 49. I think that's the amount you need after exiting here, so we should be good. Make our way around here, jump on this pad. Alright, now we grab the last Jinjo. Avoid that guy. There is a way to skip this animation by grabbing this Jiggy and jumping in the water, but I think the water causes damage, so I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to let the animation play out. Alright, grab those two notes. We're gonna grab those two notes later on when we're the pumpkin. So we turn into a pumpkin at the end of this, and then we're gonna do another death warp. Alright. Here we grab the speed shoes. Make our way this way. Now we enter the cathedral, the church, something. But we're gonna jump in these pews over here. They have more notes for us. Right. This guy is not in a good spot. I'm just gonna take him out here. Okay. We will grab the other two notes on the pews after we take care of Moat's hand, or whatever his name is. I think his name's Moat's hand. It's a play on Mozart. Mott's hand or something. Okay. So here, you have to play the organ by ground pounding at the specific keys. And I don't think anybody has this memorized. I don't, but you can reference a sheet, which I have in front of me here, that I'm gonna look at while I'm doing this. So you're supposed to play the notes that Moat's hand plays for you, and if you wait, he presses the keys. Oh wait, I pressed that one. What the heck? Hang on. Oh boy, I messed up Moat's hand. Hang on. I should probably do this while not talking. I don't know if he does this one first. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. One. That one. This one. Yep. 5, 6. Haven't done this in a while. 7. 8. 9 on the F key, and then 10. There we go. Sorry about that. I thought I hit the first one, but I guess I didn't. Wasn't paying attention. But essentially, you're supposed to wait for Moat's hand to like hit the note, and then you're supposed to copy him. But it's always the same time, like the same thing every single time. So you can just kind of reference the sheet. You save a bit of time by doing that. But I don't think a lot of people have that memorized. A lot of people go by the sheet. I'm gonna grab some extra feathers here just for safety. So you have to take a flight pad here. I think this is the only flight. There's 2 flight pads in this level. Okay. Oh my god, I almost died. That was scary. I was wondering why I wasn't landing, and then I just like almost fell and died. That would have been really bad. Because you take a lot of damage if you fall without doing a flutter. It actually ends up being like really bad, but We are good. We're good. All right. So here I'm going to take intentional damage. And, oh, I tried to flutter back on. Okay, hang on. All right, taking you out, buddy. Sorry. Sometimes that guy you don't have to like take out, but unfortunately we did. I'm going to grab these eggs. We need eggs for Freezy Peak later. I'm kind of low on them, so... All right. We can get more eggs later on, but just for safety. All right, so we're coming to a close on Mad Monster Mansion. So we're gonna leave that Jiggy for later. We're gonna grab it while we're the pumpkin so we don't have to have an animation play out. All right, so here we're gonna grab these. And we're gonna make our way up here. Oops. Slopes can be a little annoying sometimes in this game. Right, then we hop in there. Grab these. Oops. Or you just fall off again. like I said earlier, the slopes are so weird in this game. Sometimes you just slide off of random stuff. Take it a little slower there. There we go. Grab these notes here. Or try to at least. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna grab this Jiggy up here. Take it a little slow here. I'm a little low in health. We're going to do it, like I said earlier, another death warp, so... Okay. Now we transform into the pumpkin. So we are going to utilize the pumpkin power-up or transformation after the level's done. All right, so like I said earlier, grab that Jiggy while we're in the pumpkin. Not a lot of stuff to talk about here. You just kind of keep going through the route that's designated for Mad Monster Mansion. So we enter here to grab the last honeycomb. This should increase our life right here. Yep. But we exit the level before it gives us our lives or our health. So that way we can do the death warp without taking like extra hits, which is very nice. So we want that death warp. Okay, here we enter Lago. Toilet. As if this game wasn't ridiculous enough, you go down a toilet to grab a Jiggy. All right. Grab that. I'm gonna grab these invincibility feathers. Ooh, that was really scary. I gotta be super careful. I am 1 health away from death. There's a guy there. Okay. We do need that though. Okay. All right, a little scary. I cannot take a single hit. Cannot take a single hit. Super, super scary. Should be okay though. As long as I play it super safe, we'll be okay. I don't think there's any health you can grab as the pumpkin, so be a little scary. All right. Let's play it super safe. Let's take a wide corner here. I'm gonna grab these eggs. So we're a little low on eggs. Just a little bit. I'm gonna grab these feathers. Grab this feather over here. All right, we're doing good on invincibility feathers. We need it for Click Clock Wood later. We definitely need a bunch for that part of the game. You use a lot of invincibility feathers in Click Clock Wood. All right, let's take it nice and slow here. I do not want to take a death. I'm actually gonna grab this Jiggy just for safety. Okay. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. I'm sweating so hard right now. Just don't want to die. All right. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Okay, we're good. Whew. So scary. I did not mean to take that much damage. But we're good. We're out of there. We're out of Mad Monster Mansion. All right, so now we make our way towards... Mumbo has like a secret area over here. We're going to make our way over here. This is why we opened the cage earlier. I'm going to grab these eggs. Okay. All right, he transforms us back. This is what you're supposed to do to activate the next areas of the game. So grab that token back there. Okay. Dude, stop. Okay. Don't be alarmed here. Intentional reset, because we have to go all the way back to Freezy Peak, which there's like a big backtrack for that. So we're gonna do a reset. It's the fastest way. So quick little break. Your hands. Do you have any donations? Be a good time. But if not, no big deal. All right, so this is why we activated that cauldron earlier. There's a cauldron over here, but we do gotta activate this Jiggy as well. That's another reason why we reset to get back here. Okay. All right, now we go down this way. I'm gonna grab these eggs for safety. You need a lot of eggs for Freezy Peak. Not a lot, but you need quite a few. And there's a token back there too. I think 25 should be fine. All right, there's that cauldron, and then there's that one next to Freezy Peak. So we just enter the cauldron, and then it teleports us over there. Super convenient. There we go. Awesome. All right, we're just gonna make sure this is activated. Okay, good. There's like a cobweb that like blocks that off, but we have to, we activated a flight pad earlier for that. And you have to like beat it within the allotted time, but we'll get to that when we get there. All right, Freezy Peak. A lot of people's favorite level. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good level. All right, so now this time we can actually collect the notes here. I'm gonna grab some extra feathers. Okay, nice. I'm gonna grab these just so I can. All right, now we're gonna go back here. We activated this earlier while we were here, but we weren't able to do anything. Take out that guy. Okay. We hit that. Gives us plenty of time for this. So since we already have Beak Bus, we don't have to talk to Bottles. Oh, okay, that's fine. Grab that Jinjo. That.
Do we have a quick moment here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Just wanted to touch base with everyone again. Just wanted to thank everyone for being here. There's so many things to be doing at any given moment. Choosing to spend your time right here with us as we raise money for an amazing charity. That charity, again, is To Write Love in Our Arms. To Write Love in Our Arms is a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They do great work across the country, and all of your money that is donated goes directly to them as it is going through the Tiltify platform. They allocate that money across various different mental health organizations across the country that help people that don't have the means to help themselves. A donation of just $25 helps on average 86 people help find free or reduced cost mental health services. So they do a great job across the country helping people with mental health. It is a a charity and a it's something that's very near and dear to this community. So we've been working with them for 4 years now. So again, and through your generosity, this weekend alone, we have raised over $1,000. So again, thank you so much. Even if you can't, we all know that it's been kind of a crazy year, crazy time for everyone. Even if you're not able to donate, that is totally fine. We do appreciate you just being here and supporting the channel, supporting the stream, and being part of this community. So thank you so much.
Very nice, you said. Like I said earlier, thank you for having me for a great cause. It's a good event you put on, minus the technical difficulties, but it is what it is. No worries.
Wouldn't be a marathon without them.
That is very true, actually. You're not a real marathon unless you have technical difficulties. All right. I did earlier, I did like a ground pound in the middle of that star. You're supposed to go through that star 3 times. And that causes a Jiggy to appear. But with the way that the game operates, the game thinks that you are still in flight mode, even though I ground pounded and went through the star a 3rd time. When the cutscene plays out, it still thinks that you're in flight mode, which is super convenient for the run. Because then that way we don't have to like go back and forth a lot to go through it. It saves a bit of time. I think that's the last snowman, right? Yeah, okay. Those are pretty good snipes, actually. I have a hard time like aiming Kazooie with the beak bomb, but it actually worked pretty well. Nah, that's okay. There's a way to like shoot into the hole there without like taking damage there, but no worries. Grab that Jinjo. Now we're gonna transform into the Walrus. I think for top level runners who do no FFM, they skip. I don't know. I'm not sure if they do skip the Walrus or not, but there's a way to skip the Walrus and you don't have to do it. I'm not 100% sure how it works, to be honest. There's a lot of like crazy route ideas you can do with this game. All right, so here we're just gonna traverse very slowly as the Walrus. It's the slowest form of movement, I think, in the game, if I remember correctly. You're gonna grab these notes. They're in water. The water doesn't hurt the Walrus. We just kind of hop in it. Pick up some collectibles on the way. Here. Right. Now we make our way up here and race Boggy. I'm gonna grab these notes just because I can. I think you're supposed to grab them later, but I just don't want to forget them. You're supposed to come up here a 2nd time, so. Okay. All right, so basically racing Boggy is the Walrus. Too big of a deal. Grab the Jiggy on the way. Animation. Try to cancel as many animations as possible in this game. We try not to grab Jiggies like standing up as Banjo. We try to grab them without being Banjo. Right, 2 should be good there. We have to do this race a 2nd time, so we can just kind of grab some notes on the way and be fine. But that'll just minimize the mistakes for later when we race Boggy, because he is a lot faster when we race him as Banjo with the speed shoes. Okay. And that's race number 1. We're gonna do race number 2 later. All right, now things that I usually forget in Freezy Peak is that you're supposed to talk to this Walrus over here, and he gives you a Jiggy. He does not give you a Jiggy unless you are the Walrus. So you kind of just have to talk to him, and he gives you the Jiggy. For some reason, I'm pretty sure that's the only text box in the entire game you can't skip. For some reason, we don't know why, but think that's the only one you can not skip. I'm gonna grab these on the way. Grab this token. And then go this way. That's right. It's like a big circle, essentially. I'm going to grab this token too, just for safety. I want to make sure I have extras of everything that I want. We're kind of running low on tokens now since we transformed, but our next transformation won't be until Click Clock Wood, but we need like, I don't know, 30, oops, where am I going? I think we need like 30 tokens for that, if I remember correctly. Okay. All right, we're almost done with the walrus part. We can go fast again once we're done. So he has to transform us back to Banjo so we can finish up the rest of the level. Alrighty, so now we're gonna make our way up Breezy Peak. It's a really cool part of the level. Looks aesthetically nice. So we have to just travel up the scarf, grab the notes. You don't have to grab the feathers, but I'm just grabbing them because I want extra things of everything. There is some lag reduction you can do here, but it's not too important. Doesn't really, it saves a bit of, not a lot of time, but it saves, you know, a small amount. Oops, grab that note. Make our way around. I'm gonna grab this feather just because I can. I don't remember the actual amount. I think it's 2. Yeah, it's 2, okay. There's a specific like pattern I'm doing this. We're supposed to jump down later. We're supposed to jump down onto the broom to grab the last Jinjo. So I do believe it's down here. Yeah, it is, okay. Nice, okay. Now if you do a ground pound here and jump off, you actually won't take fall damage. So that's what I just did there. All right, so now we're gonna make our way around the feet. Okay, so I think we are missing 3 for the race. We have to get them later. Whoops, it's the wrong way. This way. And I do have full health too, which is actually important. Because we do another death warp. But we do need a lot of health for the last part. We need like full health essentially. You can get away with almost full health. I think you can have 1 honeycomb missing. That's pretty much it. Because we're supposed to go into like freezing water. You're supposed to go in there as the walrus, but it actually saves time if you don't do it as the walrus, because the walrus is super slow. Okay. Now we're gonna grab this Jinjo. It's a little fast. Okay. I'm gonna grab these notes. Okay, hopefully... Okay, hopefully Boggy slows down here. You can be kind of quick here. Okay, we're good. That was a little scary. It's not like the worst. If you lose the race, you can just go back to him and like race him again, but I would try to not have that happen. I think he actually might win. Oh crap, he actually won. That's actually bad. Not the worst thing. Unless he kills you. He doesn't kill you, does he? I have everything, so it's not the worst. Okay, he actually takes you back. Okay. I don't think I've ever lost that race before, so that's like a first. No big deal, though. We got everything. Good to go. Because sometimes if you like lose something in this game, the game will just randomly kill you, I think. So I wasn't sure what was gonna happen, but we're good. We'll just do the race again. Not a big deal. It's just because I had to grab like all the notes in the Jinjo, it kind of slows you down a bit. It's a little hard to do that, but that's like the way I do it. There's a way that you can like rubber band him so he doesn't like go super fast, but I'm not 100% sure how it controls essentially. Oh no. Hopefully I don't lose again after that display. Alright, yeah, we're way ahead now. Alright. Alright, little bit of a time loss there, but not a big deal. Alright, now we grab that Jiggy, and then we gotta grab the Jinjo in the Walrus Cave. And we're done with Freezy ZP. And then we gotta grab the honeycomb piece as well, which is in like that little cave. Oops. Alright. Alright. So there's that key I was talking about for the stop and swap. Not 100% sure how it works, but it's back there. Okay, so now here I gotta enter this. Go down. It's a little scary, but we have plenty of health. Because like I said, we will be taking a death warp. Yeah, plenty of health to spare. I have 3 extra little guys, so should be good. Just gonna take some intentional damage from this ice cube. We're gonna make sure we have 100. Okay, we're good. I wasn't like actually sure if we actually had 100 notes or not, but we did. Good to go. Alrighty, that's Freezy Geek. Now we make our way over to Rusty Bucket. Very scary, I think. A lot of beginners have a hard time with it just because of the engine room. Hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully I won't die to engine room. Alright. Now we gotta grab this Jiggy. We're supposed to activate this flight pad to grab this Jiggy up here. But there's another Jiggy you can grab. But it opens up when you press the witch switch. Oops. But we skipped the witch switch, but there's a way to get through it without activating it. So we're gonna grab this Jiggy. I don't land. Ooh, I missed it. It's fine. I can just go back and grab it again. Just make sure I can do this. Or else we have to go back and hit the switch again, which we don't want to do. Okay, good. I think in regular FFM, there's a way to like clip into Freezy Peak, but I'm not 100% sure how it works, but it involves like very specific movement and clipping through walls and stuff with Beak Bust. Alright. It's right here. Right? No. Here's in the middle. I like forget exactly where the Jiggy is. I think it's right here. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So if you Beak Bust into that, you just grab the Jiggy. It's really interesting. But I think if you aim at a specific spot, you just happen to grab it with the hitbox. All right. I'm just grabbing the speed shoe so I can just move faster. But we're gonna make our way over up here to what do you call it? To Rusty Bucket. Luckily, the Rusty Bucket Bay. Whoops, let's go down here. The Rusty Bucket Bay activation panel, I guess it's called, is not too far away from Rusty Bucket Bay, so should be good. There's a little skip I'm gonna do here. If I can get up here. There we go. All right. I missed. It's a little tricky. That jump's a little hard. Try it again. I messed up again. I'm supposed to go like to the right more. Plus I'm not getting like enough height. That should work. There we go. There we go. That has a like skip, like an extra panel, I think. It has a skip something. That's how I learned it in the speedrun. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. All right. Now we just make our way over to Rusty Bucket Bay activation panel thing, I guess you want to call it. All right, hopefully Rusty Bucket Bay has like a lot of like in and outs of it. It's a lot of like specific movement you want to take. I think I remember how to do the whole thing, so I guess we'll just see what happens. Okay, Rusty Bucket Bay. Pretty big level, pretty scary. Engine room gives a lot of beginners a lot of trouble. Engine room's luckily like right at the beginning of the level, so it's not too bad. I honestly forget how the movement works in that beginning part, but I think we're fine. Just make our way through here. Oops. The movement in this kind of area is a little weird. Oh, come on. Get up there. Okay. This room's a little annoying sometimes. I grabbed that right. I did. Okay. Okay. Right this way. Okay. Okay, now we're supposed to jump on that. There's a lot of like wacky stuff in this that you have to do. Okay. Alright, so we grab this honeycomb piece here. It's a little honeycomb here. Okay. Oops. I think I'm gonna miss the cycle. YOLO. Okay, we're good. Okay, get up there. Here we go. Right, this is where it gets a little monka, a little scary. I'm gonna actually wait. I'm not gonna really risk it here. There's a way to like jump on that without waiting for the spinny little turbines to like turn, but I'm just gonna wait it out. I'm gonna wait it out. It's better than like falling and then dying. And this is like a big, not reset heavy, but it's a big like area a lot of beginners have trouble with, but I'm just gonna play it kind of safe. And like I said, I'm gonna wait for this to turn. I'm not sure what the cycle is for this. Just like I said, playing it safe, don't want to die. We're gonna be doing other stuff that's a little scary as well. This part is a little scary. You can kind of fall off if you're not straight, but you can abuse some damage boost here if I can do it right. Okay. All right, we're good. That was a little scary. I almost fell, but we're good. Just gonna grab these. Grab this note over here. Okay. Now here's the other one that we can skip through as well. This one's not. This one's a little easier. I'm gonna make sure I'm straight here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, cool. All right, hard part's done. Engine room is done. I took it a little slower, but we're good. So this will save a lot of people issues if you want to play through Banjo again. Everyone hates this jiggy, but you can literally just clip through that wall. That was actually a very fast clip. I didn't expect it to get it that fast, but you can just clip through that wall if you like go in between the window and the wall essentially, and you can just like clip through it. I don't know how it works like that. Like the geometry is just so whack there. But we were able to pull it off there, which is nice. Okay. I'm actually gonna grab this. Usually you're supposed to grab on the way back, but I don't believe in my confidence to do that at this level, so. The camera's so bad here. There we go. What's scary about this level in particular is that all of this water is like oil water, and you actually lose health of oxygen while you're above water, but still in it. So you end up losing And it goes down twice as fast too, which is also scary. So you want to like take it kind of slow there. Make sure you're good. I take this area like pretty safe. I just do not want to die in Rusty Bucket Bay. It's a big, like, it's one of the hardest levels in this whole game, in my opinion. A lot of the movement's very tricky, and there's a lot of spots where you can die very easily. Okay. I'm gonna wait for the meter to go up. Usually I don't do that in the run, but, or like while I'm speedrunning, but for this case, I will be doing that just for safety. This place does terrify me. Here, I'm gonna kill these guys just for safety. You can like bypass them, but like I said, just take it nice and slow, you know. Yeah, we do this. There's another part of this that you're supposed to do differently, but it's on the other side. I got it confused. So that's where we fight Boombox. I think that's his name, Boombox. Everyone has like such wacky names in this game. Okay, this is a scary jump, but it's honestly not too bad. It looks scary, I mean, but it's not too bad. It's pretty easy to get up on this switch. Activate that jiggy. All right, then we hop in. And we fight Boombox. And that's the Boombox skip. So you can just shoot him with some eggs, and then if you just do invincibility into him, he just dies super fast. There's supposed to be like some big like boss battle you're supposed to do there. You're supposed to shoot like a bunch of boxes, but if you just do what I did, it's not hard at all. You end up saving like quite a bit of time, so you can just skip that fight entirely. Okay. So I'm gonna try and remember exactly where to go here. I believe you just do this. I think you have to jump to the right here into the water, I believe. Like this. Yeah, this is right. You're supposed to go into like these little containers. Okay, we enter this one first. Grab these notes and then we head out. Whoops. Bam. It's an easy one. Enter the middle crate here. How does this one work again? I think you gotta jump. Oh yeah, I remember now. That was not the right way to do that, but that's whatever. Come on. Okay, I'm messing up a bit. Let's just do this. Oh, that doesn't reach. All right, hang on. I swear I played this game before. I just haven't entered this area in a while. Wait, how are you supposed to get up? You do a back. I think you do a backflip over here. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Oh my god! I need this thing here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Okay. I do believe that's all we need to do there. Okay. This is the one I was thinking of. Oops. So yeah, there's not really much to talk about here. I'm just going through the level. Nothing too crazy about this. I'm trying to kill these like chompers, but one of them knocked me off, so oops, there's one more. Here we go. Okay. Now we're making our way over here. Jump off again. There's a way to jump up there, but I always had a hard time with the slope manipulation there. Oops. Go. Alright, so we're gonna make our way over here before we go up. We gotta jump on these things. It's gonna be a little scary. It's not an immediate death if you fall, but it is a bit annoying. Oh my god, I did a quick dive by accident. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I'm gonna go around here. Okay, good. All right, we got a time limit here for this jiggy, but it won't be too bad. I think this is how like I did it as a kid. I like went up here and then went across. I'm not sure if that's like the real way of doing it, but that's just how I did it. There's a cutscene skip there that I could have done by jumping in there faster, but it barely saves time. Okay. Camera's a little finicky here sometimes. All right, we're gonna jump in the oven here to grab that. Okay. All right. Wait, do we go in here? I think we go in here and then we jump up. I think that's how it goes. Yeah, this looks right. Okay. I could do invincibility there. It's just safer. There's a way to do it without it. I think it might be faster, but that's just the way I did it. All right. Do you believe that's everything there? Okay, now we make our way up. That's right. Oh yeah, and then you jump up here. And go around. So we gotta make our way up. There's a jiggy up here that we want to grab. Okay. We jump down here? Yeah, we do, I believe. Yeah, this is right. Okay. I wasn't sure. I like forget. Oh, okay. I actually forget this. I actually forget the pattern. I think it's 1. No, that's wrong. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on this. I think it's 2, 3, 1, 1. No, that's wrong too. Oh my god. This is embarrassing, but I actually have to look this up real quick because I actually forget it. I don't want to die here, so. Hang on 1 second. Oh my god. I should have remembered this earlier. Oh, there it is. 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. I forget for some reason what it was. 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Okay. And then it drops off here. I knew the last one ended in 1, but I couldn't remember it for some reason. Just drawing a huge blank on that for some reason. But we're good. We're moving on. Let's just pretend that never happened. Keep it between you and me. Alright, now we go in here. Whoops, this one. There's so much stuff you have to remember in this game. There's a lot of stuff to remember. I'm gonna kill these guys just for safety. Okay. Because sometimes those guys can actually, if you like get stuck in the corner there, they can like wombo combo you and you can die instantly, so. Just want to play it safe there. Okay. And now we go this way. Avoid that guy. I'm gonna grab this token. And we're gonna jump down here. Okay, good. This part's a little scary. They don't fall off. Okay. Okay, we're good. Let's see if I can do the little skip here. All right, nice. Should have 96 here. All right, perfect. All right, so now we gotta free our boy Snorkel. Snorkel is stuck underneath that anchor. So we gotta go in here. Okay, near the last 4 notes here. Okay. Now we are good to go. Oops. I think I did an extra flutter by accident. It's okay. Alright, and the last Jinjo is over here. And yeah, Snacker is here as well, but luckily he won't bother us too much. Alright, there's the last Jiggy for Rusty Bucket. A little sloppy. I forgot the code, but we are good. We are moving on. Alright. Last thing we gotta do before we leave is grab this honeycomb piece that's in here. We're gonna do another death warp. Let me check my health. Okay, I got 4 health, so I could take 2 hits from the chomper. Or 1 hit, sorry. I'm gonna take intentional damage here. Okay. I'm gonna take intentional damage here too. Okay. And then we're gonna grab this honeycomb, and then we're gonna ground pound, and then we're gonna death warp. And bam. That is Rusty Bucket. Not too bad, but could have been a bit better. Okay, so now we gotta go not that way, this way. Now we're gonna make our way to Click Clock Wood. A lot of people like that level. It's like a seasonal level, so there's fall, there's spring, fall, summer, and winter. Not in that order. Different order. I think it's spring, summer, fall, then winter. That's the order I want to do it. And then you go back to spring, but we do spring. We do spring to like clean up everything. Okay. So here I was talking about earlier with that cauldron after we did what was that level? Clankers. So we actually used that cauldron to go back to Click Clock Wood because the entrance to Click Clock Wood is actually at the kind of at the entrance, or not the entrance of Click Clock Wood, the entrance, the puzzle thing for Click Clock Wood. This thing right here. It's back at like the beginning of the level. We got to go back and traverse a bit, but we can use the cauldrons to teleport. Or warp, essentially. All right. Pretty convenient. If you have any donations, it'd be a good time to do one. Because we're just doing a bit of backtracking before we enter the final level.
Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it. It is the weekend, so there's so many other things you'll be doing, but you're spending your time right here as we raise money for an amazing charity. As a reminder, that charity is To Write Love in Our Arms. To Write Love in Our Arms is a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They do great work across the entire country, and they allocate money to programs that help people that don't have the means to help themselves with things like free or reduced cost mental health services. A donation of just $25 dollars helps about 85 people help find free or reduced mental health services. So they do amazing work. It is a cause that's near and dear to this community. So again, thank you guys so much for your generous donations. We have cleared over $1,000 over the past 2 days. We still have plenty of marathon left. We appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Just went the wrong way casually. Just pretend that didn't happen. Alright, we're almost at Click Clock Wood. Just a bit of backtracking there. Alright, and here it is. Definitely the biggest level. There's 4 different sub areas, and there's a hub area in its own level within a hub area. So here's like the little hub. We're gonna go back here and activate Spring, which they don't open unless you activate the switches in their respective seasons. So luckily Spring's just right here. Nice and easy. I'm gonna grab this, I think it's an invincibility feather. Oh no, never mind. I think it's under the other bridge. There's a feather underneath there that we want to grab. Okay. Okay, Spring. So each level almost looks the same, but like it has like the same like you got the same tree, you got the leaves, you got everything about it, but within each sub level there's gonna be, or sub season, there's definitely differences between all of them. So this is the first one, Spring. Click Like Wood is also kind of notorious for being a very, very beginner difficult level. There's a good example right there. Just literally just falling off and almost dying. I think I actually almost just died there. Luckily it's at the beginning. It's not like the worst thing, but like there's gonna be stuff where that happens. I almost just died again. Hang on. I just gotta make sure I don't die here. It's not the worst if I die. I'm like back at the beginning again. Just gonna go around. Grab an extra honeycomb. Oops. Okay. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. So yeah, you can fall off really easily and like you can literally just die and lose all your progress in the level. So we don't want that to happen. We're gonna try and not let that happen again. I'm gonna take my time this time. I'm gonna let them peck at me. I'm gonna grab these extra feathers. Alright, so basically Spring is, we're here for a little bit. We're not gonna spend a lot of time here. A lot of jumps I'm going to do here that are kind of scary. That's one of them, but I'm pretty comfortable with that one. Alright, so this is the panel for summer. We're going to go to summer after this. But not before we wake up Ari, our little bird friend that we feed worms throughout all the seasons. As if there were other things to collect in this game. We're gonna collect worms of all things. Okay. Alright, so here we just activate them. We don't have to do anything with them other than that. So hopefully I don't die here. Okay, I'm good. I went too far left there when I fell, but not the worst. We're low on health though, which is a little scary. I'm gonna get some honeycomb health from that honeycomb thing over there. We're gonna shoot eggs into this plant. Plant's also another thing we gotta feed water with, which Gobi is in various seasons, and he he feeds the plant water. So we'll see that after we get into summer. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup here. We're just gonna go to these like other areas with the notes. We're gonna make our way around. Oh, kill that one, okay. All right, we're gonna grab these notes here. Big jump here. What's my health? Okay, I'm good on health. Just wanna make sure. Grab that token. There's a way to like not take damage there if you jump at a specific spot. I always try to aim for it, but I always mess it up. It's really hard to like find that exact spot. Okay. We're gonna take some more health here. Just want to be extra safe here in summer. Summer, you can fall pretty easily in this. You go pretty high. Okay, here's Ari. He's like, yo, feed me. And we're like, okay. So we grab worms here. There's a bunch of worms. So you don't have to get all of them, but you got to get a plethora of them. For summer, you got to get 5, and then for fall, you got to get 10, because he's a growing boy. And then once you feed him all the worms and you visit him in winter, he gives you a, the Jiggy. Okay. Gonna wait for these guys to do their thing. All right, so this is the beehive. We're infiltrating. Oops. But we gotta take them out with the invincibility feather. We just wait here. Take them all out. Okay. We have 4, which is actually pretty good. I'd like to get more along the way, but 4 is pretty good here. Because we have to use the invincibility feathers a lot when we go into the... I think they're called bear snatches, because it snatches Banjo, I believe is what they're called. Okay. Now we jump down. Here's Gobi. We're going to ground pound his back. And then he fills the plant with water. And then when we get the fall, we do it one more time, and then a Jiggy appears. So that's how that works. Oh, I have plenty of eggs. Okay. Just want to make sure we had enough eggs. So we're going to go this way. We're going to grab this worm. All right, here's the panel for fall. I think fall aesthetically is like the coolest part of Click Wood. It like looks really nice. Alrighty. All right, now we're gonna open up the beaver's home. Just like that. Grab those, and then we don't have to enter yet, but we will enter later on when he has a Jiggy in his home that we gotta grab. All right, grab that worm. All right, now we're gonna make our way like around again. Oh, we killed that one, okay. So instead of going left, we gotta go right. This way, because there is a Jiggy over here that we gotta grab. Platforming here is a little tricky, but it's not too bad. As I say that, whoa, that was kind of freaky looking. I've never done that before. Interesting. There's a first for everything in these marathons. Okay. Just want to make sure we don't fall off. Spent a lot of time to get up here, and we don't want to fall off and jump down and whatnot. Okay. Grab this worm. Make our way this way. So normally you're supposed to enter this house and then like traverse and do tricky platforming. But if you do an egg in that corner there, you shoot out an egg. It extends Banjo's hitbox like we did with the coffin earlier. It goes through the wall there, and you can just grab that Jiggy there. Super, super easy. And it's really helpful. So you don't have to like do a bunch of tricky platforming. Anybody could do it. It's not too hard to do. Okay, so making our way through summer. We're gonna grab these notes. We're just gonna make sure we don't fall. That's like the biggest thing. Falling is no bueno. I can take these guys out for safety. Usually I don't, but just for the marathon, just want to do that. Just be safe. Okay. But I think, oh, whoops. Should have 5 worms here. We do, okay. So we feed Ari's 5 worms. Then we jump down, and then we finish off Summer by collecting the first Jinjo, which is the last thing we do in Summer. There's a lot of memorization, a lot of like routes you gotta take and do. That's why I think Cluck Cluck Wood's like one of the hardest ones, because like there's 4 different areas, but they all look the same. So it's hard to like figure out exactly where you're supposed to go if you have like Summer and Spring confused and whatnot. Alright, I am gonna grab this just to make sure I have enough. I think it's 25, but I'm not too certain. Not 100% certain. I thought it was 35, but I think it is 25 now I remember. Okay, I'm just gonna grab these real quick. Okay, fall is probably the hardest one. One of the hardest ones, because you got winter clip later, but we have to do fall clip later, which isn't too bad, but the routing for this can be hard to remember at times, I believe. All right, so we take a hard right here to grab this worm. Then we gotta do this, and then grab these notes along the way. And we gotta go up here, not to the left, but we do have to go down at some point to grab, okay, good. All right, we are out of invincibility feathers. There are some scattered around here, but it's not the worst. Just gotta make sure I grab some extras. All right. Enter Mumbo's hut. He's got a worm. He's got some notes as well. So we're gonna do that while we're up here. Okay. So for this bird part for Ari, for the worms, we have to collect 10. Luckily, I think there's like 12 worms in this level, or in this season, so should be okay. Oh, we don't grab that guy yet. I mean, it's not like it matters, but just to have like the contingency. All right, now we hit Gobi one last time for this flower to bloom and to pop out a Jiggy. Not really much to say here. Just collecting some notes, collecting some Jinjos, collecting some worms, you know. How it's supposed to be. Okay, that guy. Whoops, I missed. It's fine. Do the net note. There we go. Sweet. Alrighty. Wait for you. Okay. Now we drop down. Visit the beaver's home. He's holding a Jiggy here. And I believe 2 notes. Okay. Okay, we're good on eggs. We are plenty good on eggs. Alright, I have 1 feather, so this might be a little close. I definitely need more at some point. I know there's an extra I can grab somewhere. But we gotta grab all of these notes here. Just gonna make sure I'm lined up properly. Okay, good. Alrighty. Now we make our way this way. Now we go around this way to grab these notes. It does like a half circle. I'm gonna grab that. Okay, and now finally, since we've done all that crap down there, we can finally make our way up. Meet our boy, the squirrel. Squirrel's lost his nuts. We gotta give him some nuts. We actually want to kill these guys, so we have to make our way back up. Okay, take him out. That worm. Make our way inside the hive. Grab that worm. There's 2 more worms we gotta get. There's one behind Ari, so we basically have to just get 1 more along the route, and we should be good. I think there's like a backup you can get, but should be good. Okay. We don't fall down there yet to grab that Jiggy, because where that Jiggy is, where the flower is where we're gonna do fall clip. So we do that right at the very end. Okay. Take that guy out. That guy could be annoying sometimes. Okay, there's our squirrel friend. Gonna give him his nuts. This is the first one. I guess they're not nuts, they're acorns. Would you consider an acorn a nut? I'm not sure, but I don't know why I thought of nuts. Nutty squirrel, I guess, when I was thinking. But they're acorns, not nuts, I guess. Okay. Oh, we got plenty of feathers. We have a lot of feathers. Should be in good shape for winter. Winter, we have to do a lot of flying in, so should be in good shape. Just want to make sure we don't fall here. A little scary. All right. I want to take this part a little slow. I think I am missing a worm. I have 8, so I gotta get... Oh, wait, there's a worm in here. That's right. We are good. There's a plethora of worms to grab. So good. There's the 9th worm. And there's 1 more behind Ari that we gotta grab. And there's the last acorn for Mr. Squirrel. All right. There you go. Little break. You know, speed run's like pretty long. I think world record for no FFM is like just under 2 hours, but they're doing a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of hard strats. There's a part where you actually have to race Boggy from Breezy Peak as the bee. You turn into a bee in this level, and it's kind of crazy that you're able to do that. And I don't know how it works in the route, but that's just how it works. All right, grab all these notes here. There's a worm here. There we go, there's 10 worms. That's the last worm we grabbed for Click Clock Wood. All right. Okay, that's a good spot. Sometimes if you actually stand too far in front of Ari, he actually, like, he gets, his, like, hitbox gets bigger as, like, when the bird grows when you give him the worms. So if you're in front of him and he lays on top of you, you can actually clip through the nest and die, depending on like how much health you have. And it's pretty scary. So you gotta like keep your distance from him because he can kind of clip you through the floor sometimes. See, like right here when he lays his head. If you're like standing around there, he can just clip you out, and it's pretty scary. Okay. So now we go this way. Make sure we got enough health. Okay, we're good. Whoops, I did not mean to go into the hive. We're done here. We're supposed to jump off. There we go. Okay. There's the Jiggy. Alright, now I'm gonna do something called fall clip. So you basically, you go out of bounds and then the game just kind of teleports you back to the beginning. So if you can kind of do like a clip here, so you can get it. It's a little tricky. Can't get the line up here. Oops. Down. Oh, I almost had it. Close. I did this like first try when I did my run through of this earlier. Come on. Almost. My angle's like off here. angle should work. Oops, I didn't go far enough left. Hang on. There we go. That was kind of slow, but you get the idea. That's fall clip right there, and it just brings you back here. All right, winter. Not really much to say about winter. You kind of just do a bunch of flying and that's it. So we're gonna make our way up here onto this house. Normally you're supposed to like land on top of the house and then go Talon Trot, but I have a hard time like going Talon Trot for some reason while I'm on this house after flying on top of it. So I kind of just go to the side of it and then just hop up. Okay. Now we're gonna jump over here. Hit this witch switch. That activates the last Jiggy we grab in the whole game. Okay, now we make it this way. Go this way. Oops. All right. Make our way up here. I'll grab that invincibility feather on the way out. I want to grab more invincibility feathers for the grunty fight. All right. There's that Jiggy. We are kind of coming close to the end. We got a little bit left to do in Click Clock Wood. And then after that, we got to do Furnace Skip, and then we fight Grunty. So we're getting close to the end. Alright, jump around this guy. You can fall here, but it's not the worst thing because the flight pad's right underneath. So it's not the worst thing for that to happen. Oops. Oh my god, that guy almost knocked me off. That was close. Okay. Do a ground pound here. Okay. Now we gotta go way up and grab the Jiggy here. If I do land, it's not the worst thing, but we want to try and do this without landing as Banjo. All right, so Ari gives us the last, well, not the last Jiggy, but like one of the last Jiggies for Click Clock Wood. So you're supposed to grab it on the bounce here. Let's see if I can get it. Nice, very good. I was having trouble with that in practice earlier. Nice, okay. Very, very good. Grab that. Now we're gonna grab this, grab this. I think there's a honeycomb in here. I forget exactly what's in here. Oops. Yeah, there's a honeycomb in here. I like keep forgetting like what's in these spots sometimes. I just go to them. All right. And there's one more honeycomb piece and a few more notes. We're almost there for the finale. Now we should only need 4 more notes here. Yep, perfect. There we go. The real 100% run, not a fake run. Take that guy out. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt winter clip here. If I mess it up, it's not the worst thing. I messed it up. That's okay. We'll go back. Okay, there's the first part. Here's the second part. Can't see. It's a little awkward in here with the flying, but let's see if I can get it here. Ah, come on. Give me the honeycomb. Dude, grab the honeycomb. I just don't want to land because you have to do the winter clip in flying mode. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, nice. I got it. Let's go. All right. Very slow winter clip, but totally fine. That strat's pretty hard. It's a hard strat to do. We got it. Let's go. It's cool to show that off on a run, I think. All right. Now we're going to clean up spring. We just got to do a few more things. We got to grab the last Jinjo, and then we got to leave this area as the B, and then we are good. Oops, forgot I got that guy. Well, hopefully I have enough tokens. I think it's 25, but I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully I am good. Fingers crossed it's 25. My memory serves me right. I think it is. It is 25. We are good. Alrighty. Now we are the big bumblebee. This guy is very awkward to control. So we gotta go up here to grab this Jinjo. Oops. Okay. Make our way down here. All right. And this is the last Jinjo. There's Jiggy number 10. And now you can just clip out of bounds by just going to this corner. And then you can just get teleported back to the beginning here. All right, guys, we are at the tail end of Banjo-Kazooie 100%. No FFM. This run was like kind of okay. Obviously, we had the technical difficulties, but you know, I think I did pretty well. Especially not this game being my main speed game. All right, and there's 900 notes. Good to go. So Mumbo's magic wears off here. So there's a big little thing here you got to do with Grunty. You got to do a bunch of puzzles. You got to do a lot of like, I don't even know what it is. You have to do like memory match at some points. It's a very long process casually, but we're going to skip this whole thing. Well, maybe 7/8 of it we'll skip, but we skip a lot of this part. Okay, so every question is different. I mean, you have like the same questions here and there, but you never get the same question twice in a row in the same room. This is a picture question. We got, actually don't know what that one is. I think that one is Click Clock Wood. Yeah, because it doesn't even show Breeze Easy. Breeze Easy Snowman's giant scarf. What colors? Make me barf. Yellow and red. I love the rhymes that Grunty has. It's so funny. All right. This is like a music one. So this is Rusty Bucket. Okay. So now we gotta enter this one. Listen carefully to this tune. That's Bobble Gloop, I think. Or no, it's not. It's Clankers. Clankers Cavern. Okay, so here we gotta enter Talon Trot. Right on the very edge of this tile. It's kind of precise. You kind of have to like match a little bit. Okay, there we go. What's in the eyes of Mumbo's skull? Okay, so... this. So you have to answer wrong for this. And now we can skip this whole puzzle or whatever. We can skip the whole fun moves. Saving a lot of time. So You do have to get that question wrong, or else you won't be able to skip all of it. Oops, didn't do that. Alrighty, tail end. Now we got the Grunty fight. I'm not the best person to fight Grunty. I'm not the greatest at the fight, but I'll do what I can. There she is in all her glory. So if you have any final donations, this will be a good time. I'm gonna activate all these power-ups actually, because I just want to play it safe. So I'm just gonna get them all while I do this. But if you have any donations, it'd be a good time to do it.
Yeah, just a reminder, again, thank you guys so much as we come to the tail end of this amazing Banjo-Kazooie speedrun. We are raising money for To Write Love in Our Arms. To Write Love in Our Arms is a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They allocate all of their money to various different organizations across the country that help people receive mental health services who don't have the means to kind of help themselves. So they do amazing work. We've raised over $1,000 this weekend, and we are slowly kind of creeping towards our huge milestone, which would be $10,000 total since we've started doing this. This is 4 years now. So we're rapidly approaching $10,000 total, all going to Write Love in Our Arms. So big milestone there. Again, everything is through the Tiltify platform, so all of your money is going directly to the charity. You don't have to worry about that. There's no middleman. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys being here. I know it's a crazy time for everyone, but you know, even if you're just here being a part of the community, supporting, you know, it's super helpful. We appreciate you being here. So thank you.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember exactly how the fight goes. I think you're supposed to just hit her, I believe. So I hit her a bunch of times, so I think I'm just supposed to just do this. Oh, there we go. And I chase her over here. I didn't realize I got that first phase so fast. I got confused. She needs one more hit here. I have like an awkward camera here. Okay. That should be all hit. Nice. That should be good. Oh, there's one more. It's all right. So you're supposed to hit her 3 times while she's in the air, and she goes like on all opposite sides of like the whole area. So, all right, she does one more blast here. You can do a ground pound and you're invincible after you're hit by the ground pound, or when you're hit by something. That's sort of like how the fall damage works too, but that's fine. So now we got a beak bust into her. She can be a little annoying sometimes. Okay, that's a good hit. Oh, I missed. All right. Luckily, they gave you plenty of feathers for this. Oh, right in the face. Nice. I think there's one more hit I gotta do. Should be good. Oh, I missed. Sorry. Oh, no, that was it. I thought there was like one more hit, but I hit her so many times. All right, it's fine. Anyway. Just trying to land. That's all I want to do. All right, so now we got to do the Jinjo statues. And we got to hit him with the eggs. And that's basically it. So there's a cutscene that plays out here, but after you activate the rest of them afterwards, there's no cutscene. You can kind of just go through them kind of quick. Just couldn't go in Palandrot for some reason. Okay. And we got this one over here, and then we got Ginginator right after this. Actually wanted that that egg, but it's okay. All right. So here we just wait a bit until Ginginator appears, and then we hit him with the eggs. Yeah. Just run around in circles, basically. Just gotta wait it out here. Oops, that was too early. Oh, she missed anyways. All right, there's Ginginator. Alrighty, so you basically just gotta fill the holes up here with eggs. There's a specific way to do it, but I always just end up spamming it. It kind of works. Do that. Am I not hitting it? Hang on. That's weird. I don't know why it's not working. What the heck? Am I doing this like the wrong way? What the heck is going on? Is it... How am I messing this up? Something's going on here. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this before. Usually you're supposed to like hit the things with the eggs. Maybe it's this one? Might be the same thing. I don't know what's going on here. That... I don't know if I have to restart the fight for this. This is really weird. I'm gonna take a death here, I think. I think I glitched that thing out by accident. I wasn't sure what had happened there. I thought I was ready to like end this, but I guess not. That kind of stinks because I have to like redo this whole thing. Dang. Huh. Well, I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know what just happened. Do I have to like... Oh my god, I'm out of eggs too. All right, hang on. Sorry, everyone. I actually don't know what caused that. That was weird. I've never seen the Ginginator not accept my eggs like that before. And now we gotta do the fight over again. So I think I will be overestimate because of this, which is weird, but... Well, that's the first time I've seen that, so... I've never seen that before. I don't know if it's because I didn't, like, cancel out the text boxes or what. I'll try and clean this up quick. I missed one. Fine. All right, so there's really nothing much to say here. I've just been kind of silent because we already went through this, but that was just such like a rare thing that I've never seen before of the Ginginator not accepting the eggs. So you're just supposed to shoot the eggs, or shoot the Ginginator with the eggs, but apparently he wasn't accepting eggs at that time. So it sucks that I was like right at the end of the run too. Like that was literally the last phase of the fight. Very strange. Like, I legit never seen that before. I've never seen someone not have that happen to them before. I had like a bad angle. I was thinking like, oh, this Grundy fight's going like pretty well. I like wonder what was going on with it. There we go. That should be the last one. Where is it? I don't know. I'll do. Oh yeah, that was the last one. Okay. Dude, I just want the help. Okay, luckily the cutscene doesn't play out again. We can just go quick. That was so weird. I'm still like skeptical about that. Okay. All right, now we're back onto that phase again where the Ginginator thing happened. All right, so we just run around in a bunch of circles. Okay, hopefully nothing crazy happens. Hopefully we'll be good. Okay, now it's working. That was such a weird thing that happened. Okay, now it closes. So bizarre. Oh no! Right, you know what? Time. That's it. We're done. We're done. Time. That was supposed to cancel that out, but I took so much damage. But we'll call it time there. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna go through that fight again. I'm sorry. So that'll be that. So not a real 100% run, but it's fine. That literally was supposed to just end the fight, and I didn't move, but it didn't accept whatever. So that's the end. So. I hope you liked the run, sort of, but that's it for me. So, if you want to learn Banjo-Kazooie, feel free to join the Discord. Like I said earlier, we have like a lot of people that want to help out the Banjo community. I haven't really been running this game that much. I just put it in there because of I learned like a plethora of games. So. If you like what you see, feel free to follow me over on twitch.tv/Itsbeeve. I really appreciate it if you, you know, want to stop by or whatever. But I stream like 3 to 4 times a week, mostly speed runs. So thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Sorry about the end. I'm really sorry that happened. That was just really bizarre.
It's all good.
Sounds like it's a marathon, you know?
Yeah.
No, we appreciate you running. Thank you so much. And like you said before, I mean, even if it was not, you know, quote unquote true 100% speed run, it was a great showcase, I think, for a lot of the community here and a lot of the people that were watching. I think it's, you know, it's a kind of blast from the past, nostalgia. You know, we've never had this game run before, so you know, it was great to watch. So, you know, no worries on that. Stuff happens, and we just really appreciate you. We appreciate you running.
All right. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.